But no, really appreciate you sticking with us. So before I talk about the VIP program, just a little bit of background on us as a college. So we're a further education college. With us previously had a small HE offering. At the moment we don't. We're now pushing more adult side, but the 16 to 19 side is the real bread and butter of the business. We've got about 5,500 students, probably about 600 staff. As an IT services department, we're a department of 14. That's 4 of us on the service desk, 5 IT infrastructure, and 4 IT systems. And I'm proud to say we're the first and I think still only college to achieve the SDI certification, and we're currently at 4 stars. So that's really cool. So onto the VIP. So VIP for us, it's not so much person, it's process really. We've got an in-house systems team, which is like a development team. We are very agile in terms of the way that we develop, the way that we release software, also the way we design our processes as well. The Agile Manifesto do value individuals and interactions over processes and tools. We understand that our people, our customers, our stakeholders are what's important, but what makes them important is not their rank, if you will, but it's the processes that they're involved in. So the college's mission, so we believe education changes lives, so we put teaching and learning and the needs of our students first. So that kind of ethos of the college just filters down to the main processes, all from teaching and learning, what comes after the teaching and learning, and also what comes before it. So it all kind of feeds into each other. And of course, on top of that is payroll, because if no one got paid, no one would be able to afford to work here. We couldn't run the college. So how do we know what a VIP is? So we have a customer experience program within which our VIP program sits. And the strategy is really simple, and it's just about knowing our customers, whether they're staff, students, parents, contractors, visitors. You know, we get to know them really well, and within that we do carry out quite a number of activities really. A lot of it comes with experience, but we carry out those activities so we can all kind of get to know the customers, the different needs and requirements, the different urgencies, priorities. So we carry out customer profiling, we carry out some journey mapping. So this particular one is for every ticket. We have more specific journeys. We're actually going to be looking to expand those quite soon, to start the journey a little bit earlier, and also kind of probably add emotions into that as well at the different points of the journey. So it's not just about knowing our customers, of course, we have to know our business as well. So we do carry out, again, a number of BRM activities. We have business relationship management program. One of the key ones here that we've just put the arrow is, as a service desk, we will offer invites. We'll go to meet different departmental managers, heads of schools, not necessarily management though. There might be some certain members of staff that are really kind of have specific requirements. For example, one of the members of staff who kind of does all the technology for supporting the students with perhaps the learning difficulties. She has some specific requirements, so we met with her. So yeah, that's a key thing. But we do drop-in sessions, stakeholder engagement. We do quite a lot of stuff really to make sure we have that insight so we can fully support the business. So this is all of this is underpinned by our strategic alignment activities. So this particular graphic, we have a graphic for pretty much every program page, every one of our processes. We're starting to use it in terms of like internal marketing and that sort of thing to raise awareness across the college. But this, so we kind of understand how the different processes and the different programs align to the business strategy. So you can see here our customer experience program aligns to the quality, people and innovation elements of the organizational strategy. On the customer experience program document itself, it kind of goes into greater depth about which parts specifically align. So our actual VIP program, So it is largely process based. As I mentioned, it's very agile, it's very fluid. Different processes become VIPs at different times of the year. So payroll, if it's toward the end of the month, that is a VIP ticket. That's a VIP. If it's towards the beginning of the month, then it would be more prioritized along with other tickets. August time, enrollments, preparations for start of the academic year, that's absolutely the most important. Activities going on anytime when there's an exam going on, they're a VIP. If something goes wrong, we jump on that ticket. So does this mean that senior managers or directors, however they're known in the different organizations, does this mean that they're not VIPs? Well, again, we're really agile, we're really fluid. It depends on the nature of the contact. If it's just a standard P3 or P4 request or incident, it's prioritized like all other tickets based on the urgency and the impact of the business. However, it could be an issue that is going to have a big impact on the business. So something related to an Ofsted inspection, for example, or a governor meeting that was going to take place regarding college funding. So even though it's just one person, it could still have a major business impact. But just because they're a senior manager does not necessarily mean it's high priority. I promise I didn't quickly draft this slide together when the previous speaker was mentioning buy-in. It is so important. Our SMT really buy in to the way we manage our VIP program. They understand that giving a false level of urgency could negatively impact their business. It could cause a delay in something like a higher priority ticket getting resolved. That higher priority ticket may end up stopping them from working anyway, and just a load of other people. So what we would say is, when you're defining your VIP program, really consult the business as to what's important to them. You can let them know, obviously give them the insight how you manage things, how we manage things, how different things can affect other systems that they might not quite have that understanding of, but ultimately consult with them. So this, yeah, the SMT buy-in, so that really should feed into your SLM process. Document it on the SLA. If after everything, all the discussions, if they then say any senior manager issue, no matter whether we deem it high priority or not, is a high priority, then get it put into your service level agreement, and that's what you go with, and obviously make the best of it, support the business as best as possible. So we also feed it into the very start of our journey. As part of our interview process, we have a load of questions that we ask potential employees, one of which is a scenario we give them, and it's a long time since I wrote it, but I think the scenario is you've got a classroom with a lot of students who can't access the internet, they need it for learning, and you've got a senior manager with an issue but they can work around, how do you deal with it? So it really does kind of feed in right from the start of an employee's journey with us. And that pretty much covers everything with our VIP program. I think it's probably the first time we've managed to not go over the time for an STI presentation. Again, really want to thank you for your patience and kind of sticking with us with all the technical problems. I'll probably just tell myself it was like a boxing card and we were the main event or something. I don't know. But no, thank you. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate you giving us the time to talk at a HE event, even though we're FE. And I don't know how the time is. I guess if there's any questions, that's fine. Happy to field them. If not, I'm just happy to go back to being muted again, as we were without even trying earlier on.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you for sticking with it. Delighted that you could share that presentation with us. That was great. And then you did it so